All right, traders, time for the weekly market update where we're going to cover crypto, we're going to cover the stock markets, we're going to cover gold, and we're going to cover Forex, Pyramidin, give you guys some trade ideas for the week. Well, you know what I'm doing, which for the most part is still just sticking with Forex 100%. However, I'm interested in trading crypto and I'm don't have any money in there, but I'm trading it in paper trading. So we'll talk about setups. My offshore crypto exchange is KuCoin, which got slapped with a lawsuit by, I believe, the SEC and CFTC. No, the DOJ and CFTC. So, man, it's just hard to trade crypto these days, but we'll see what it is. So let's clean up our charts. Let's get out of paper trading and let's take a look at the markets. I'm going to log out here. So let's start with Bitcoin actually. Now, Bitcoin obviously has been on a huge run. It's been struggling, consolidating around the all-time highs. Is it going to pull back? Is it going to continue? Well, to me, the most significant thing is always the funding rate. I like to look at the funding rate because the funding rate tells us how traders are positioned in the market. This is the 1 year. It's basically a neutral market now. So if we look at it from a chart, it makes a little bit more sense, right? During this run up, we had a crazy spikes in leverage as people were going super long. The green line is the leverage, essentially, or the positioning of the leverage, how long people are. And you can see actually that our funding rate is the lowest it's been since February, early February, actually. It dipped to a similar amount in late February, but so in terms of leverage, the leverage in the system is the same as was in this consolidation that broke to the upside. Now, in terms of what I look for, are we above the 200 EMA or SMA? We are. And then one of the main things that I'm looking for is buying dips. My preference is buying dips rather than buying breakouts. And if we're to look, we took out last week's low, which to me, this was a buying opportunity. In my paper trading account, I got in today because I wasn't paper trading, although I would have. So we got a possible technical signal and we could target this fib extension. I know a lot of people were talking about the 77 level. From this low would be about a 7R. From here would also be about a 6R. So we have that going. Same setup on Doge, except it would be a 9R, taking out this weekly low, and just one step at a time. Um, are we going to get there? I don't know, but it's uh, if you trade a system, you buy this, right? Works sometimes, not other times. Could also target all the way up here, 30 cents. I'm not going to do that though. ETH, same situation, but not giving me a technical signal, so not taking it. But yeah, really, funding went really low, and I expect I expect higher. Solana, theory, there was a long signal that failed. BNB. Let's look at the total market caps. Same thing, we're kind of consolidating, but I don't see a reason to think we're not in an uptrend right now. We might not be, right? It's just a calculated risk. Let's look at the money supply, though. This is very interesting. Check this out. So the money supply tells us how much money there is in the system. And we know that it peaked in May 2022. And then as they raised rates more and more, the money supply contracted. and then it started to go up from April 23, started to go back down, started to go up from October. And the money supply has actually been going down since December. So let's look at M2 money supply. What does that mean? Well, it's just in terms of liquidity, you want to see the money supply going up, not down, for things to continue going up, ideally. So it's a little bit, maybe slightly concerning, but it's just something to pay attention to. Okay, now let's look at the stock markets. So the stock markets had their biggest red day in a year on Thursday. All of them dumped pretty hard. Some of them broke some trend lines, US 30 perhaps, US 500, US 100. Well, you could trade trend lines. I'm not. I just have them on my chart because we're above this 200 EMA, and above the 200 EMA, I'm buying these weekly dips. So in my paper account, and I would trade these in my personal account, but I'm 100% margined in Forex. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm mostly margined in Forex, but taking out a weekly low and targeting a fib extension for highs may or may not work. It may or may not work, but trying on a couple of them. I don't have any like awesome fundamental indicators that I believe work really well with the stock market. Just trade the signals, trade a system. Now, gold's the most interesting. Huge update. It's been going up and up. I bought with huge size down here. I also bought this breakout. I also bought this breakout. Sadly, I didn't hold any of them till up here. So even though I made money on those trades, and I had a vision of gold mania, yeah, I didn't participate. There was also a signal to buy right on this day, right here, which could be running at 20, which is fucking crazy. No, sorry, 12. Yeah, just leaving that alone for now. I don't like buying right here. I like buying a breakout or waiting for another weekly pullback and holding higher. So leave that alone. In terms of other commodities, silver is following gold, and maybe we get an all-time high on silver. That's something could be reasonable. We've got a breakout above here, holding that. So that'd be interesting. And we also had a really excellent buy signal potentially right here. Now, my caution for silver is if we look at the futures and we look at the COT data, let's look at gold futures and silver futures. Just a little bit of caution here is the commercials have been really selling short, and they're usually right in the long run. And the managed money has been getting more and more long as the trend followers enter. So that's something to be aware of. It's a little bit dangerous. Silver as well. Silver looks even worse actually, like in terms of where the commercials are positioned, in terms of how bearish they are. The last time the commercials were this short was, if we look right here to where we are here, where was it? It was actually this exact high right here. So I'm a fan of caution in the silver and gold market. Um, I mean, it's probably okay to hold and trail your stop, but wouldn't be a buyer here. Now let's get to the Forex market and quickly go through some of my trades. This one just missed TP, sadly, and I closed it out. I have a rule if it gets very close to TP and then reverses, and I don't like to hold through a wick day like that. So I got out. Um, yeah, I mean, right now the main positions that I'm seeing are I trade mean reversion on Forex. I trade long only on, for the most part, on the indices in crypto, and getting a lot of reversals signals in the markets this week, particularly right now with the Canadian dollar and the Australian dollar, are the and the Swiss franc are the main ones. So I'm sitting in a number of positions. Overall, they're in profit. A couple of them are against me. A couple of them are in my favor. And yeah, if you want to know more about my systems, what I'm doing, follow me on Instagram, and there's a link down below where I actually wouldn't say I give away my systems, but sell my systems. So check them out if you want. All right, happy trading the markets this week, and much love. Peace.